Good morning, everyone. Bon matin à tous et à toutes. Thank you so much for being here. Merci d'avoir pris le temps d'être ici. Together, we have an opportunity to choose the future we want to build in New Brunswick. And now is the time to make that choice. New Brunswick is at an absolute turning point. And in this election, you are being asked to make the most important decision that we have faced in generations. For the next 32 days, you're going to hear me and my team talking about our plan for jobs, healthy families, vibrant communities, and responsible government. Our team is the only party saying yes to $10 billion in short-term private sector investment. And I want to repeat those words: private sector investment through natural resource development. Nous sommes le seul parti avec une vision claire pour créer des emplois et développer nos ressources naturelles. We are saying yes to the very same natural resource development that is fueling record investments in education, innovation, healthcare, and care for our seniors in the hottest economies in North America. I'm speaking about economies like Alberta, Saskatchewan, and British Columbia, where so many New Brunswick sons and daughters, husbands and wives, and mums and dads are working today. En tant que parents, Rhonda et moi sommes craintifs des conséquences de dire non aux emplois et développement des ressources naturelles. Rhonda and I are concerned about our families of the 22,000 New Brunswickers who are working outside our province in the very same industries that we can choose to develop here. Our plan is to develop our natural resources, create the jobs, and bring our people home. Mais pourquoi Brian Gallant ne veut pas la même chose? And now, for the first time, we are in danger of seeing New Brunswick's proud quality of life torn down by those who will tell you that it's easier to say no. Saying no or saying nothing has clear consequences for our families and our communities. If we say no to jobs and a stronger economy, who will be there to build our communities? Who will staff our local fire departments? Who will volunteer to coach minor hockey, baseball, soccer, and basketball teams? Who will lead our scouts, Girl Guides, 4-H, cadets, and school groups to become the leaders of tomorrow? Qui appuiera nos organismes communautaires? Who will be there to support local service clubs like the Royal Canadian Legion, Rotary, Knights of Columbus, Lions, and the WI, who are always there for our seniors? And who will be there to buy the homes of seniors who have spent their lives building equity in their most valuable asset, their home? But we can do better. We don't have to listen to those who will say no to progress, to prosperity, and a brighter future. We can say yes to jobs, growing communities, and healthy families here at home. I want to take a moment to speak about what it is that my opponent is saying when he says no to shale gas and natural resource development. Does that mean that Brian Gallant literally wants to shut down the pump here and the affordable gas that makes the potash mine just over there run and puts literally hundreds of people to work here just a few kilometers away? If my opponent wants to shut down jobs here and the hundreds of jobs that this site fuels, then that's his choice. But he should at least have the guts to tell New Brunswickers the truth in plain language and with no smoke and mirrors. Connaît-il l'impact d'un moratoire sur la foresterie et les autres industries ici au Nouveau-Brunswick? Does Brian Gallant even understand the impact of a moratorium on jobs on our economy? That is a question that he has the responsibility to answer. My opponent must answer how he can say that he supports the multi-billion-dollar LNG export terminal while he opposes developing a local natural gas supply. Brian Gallant, here's some news. The last two letters in LNG stand for natural gas. My opponent needs to explain how companies are going to make billions of dollars of investment when we don't have a local supply. I'd like to hear him explain as well why he thinks that we would need an LNG export terminal if jurisdictions like ours place moratoriums on developing natural gas. I also hear Brian Gallant saying that he supports the Energy East pipeline to St. John. Well, Brian Gallant, here's some more news. That pipe will be filled with oil from Alberta and Saskatchewan. That pipe will be filled with safely fracked oil and gas. My opponents need to tell the truth about whether he would put a moratorium on Canada's oil and gas resources and the jobs that they will create in St. John, in this region, and throughout New Brunswick. You can't support the pipe if you don't support what's in it. On ne peut pas appuyer l'oléoduc sans appuyer le contenu. And make no mistake about it. A no to shale gas development today is a yes to higher taxes tomorrow to pay for Brian Gallant's reckless big spending program. And that's why the Progressive Conservative team stands with New Brunswickers who don't want to pay for my opponent's moratorium. Les gens de Nouveau-Brunswick ne veulent pas payer pour l'apprentissage de Brian Gallant. We stand with the New Brunswickers who don't want to pay for his on-the-job training. And we stand with New Brunswickers who don't want to pay for taxes he will need to raise in the future to pay for his reckless borrow and tax stimulus spending scheme. A true plan for the future requires a responsible approach to government and a clear vision for the economy. Together, we are saying yes to jobs and yes to developing our natural resources. And you know what? Our voice is getting stronger each and every day. Notre voix est plus fort à tous les jours. Do we want jobs here at home? Do we want our kids to be working here in the communities that we love? Do we want New Brunswick to benefit from the best education and care in the world? Our answer is absolutely yes. La réponse est oui. And I want to be absolutely clear today. I am running to be Premier not to oppose any man, any party, or any idea. I am here to say yes to the future we choose as a province instead of standing still and watching our people leave. I'm here to say yes to a province where families can get great jobs and grow strong roots here. I'm saying yes to building proud and growing communities where we can all share in the success of our beautiful province and our great country. I'm saying yes to bringing our people home and building a New Brunswick. Thank you very much for being here today, and let's get out and reach out to New Brunswickers. Just 1 sec, okay? It's okay. Look, we're focused on jobs and the economy. We know the literally billions of dollars of private sector investment that will come to New Brunswick that will allow our people to stay here instead of seeing literally 22,000 New Brunswickers being forced to work outside of our province today. It is the greatest opportunity that New Brunswick has had in generations. You know something? 4 years ago, the very same day, I stood in front of the Mactaquac Dam. And on that day, literally, we spoke about Sean Graham and the Liberal Party of New Brunswick trying to sell away New Brunswick's energy independence. Today, I'm very proud to stand here in Penobscot, where we see wells in production, safely in production. And you know something, Brian Glant, they haven't learned a lot over the last 4 years, because today, Brian Glant and the Liberal Party are trying to block the greatest energy opportunity that our province has had in generations. We are here to saying yes to developing our resources, yes to providing great opportunities for our people, because we can say yes to strong communities. Oh, absolument. Ici, dans la région de Sussex et Elgin, il y a déjà 30 puits qui étaient fraqués dans le passé. Certainement, cet été, il y avait des puits qui étaient fraqués par la compagnie Corridor. C'était fait dans un processus responsable. Et c'est clair, aujourd'hui, le gaz naturel d'ici, donner la chance pour une mine jusqu'à des kilomètres d'ici, une mine potasse qui aujourd'hui a plus de 400 personnes qui travaillent. Et ça, c'est la raison pour laquelle que cette mine est là, parce qu'il y a une ressource de gaz naturel abordable. Et pour notre province, nous avons une opportunité, la plus grosse opportunité dans notre histoire, plus de générations en avant. Et nous devons dire oui pour cette opportunité.
Et est-ce que ce sera facile, selon vous, de convaincre tout le monde, même dans les régions où il y a de l'exploration, dans le comté de Cannes, par exemple?
Encore, c'est un bon exemple ici, où il y a plusieurs personnes qui habitent dans cette communauté, et la compagnie est responsable. Ils développent leurs ressources dans une façon responsable. Nous avons développé les règlements les plus forts en Amérique du Nord, et j'ai toute confiance que nous pouvons faire ça dans une façon responsable, et ça va créer des milliers d'emplois au Nouveau-Brunswick. Ça va donner la chance pour nos jeunes de travailler ici au lieu de travailler dans l'ouest du Canada, dans la même sorte de développement, dans le même secteur.
In English, how is it that you combat the large groups of folks who are freaked out that fracking will ruin their groundwater, even though there's been massive scientific studies, especially most recently in Nova Scotia, that says if done properly and safely, that it's safe for groundwater. How do you fight that?
Look, we've taken more than 2 years to put in place what we believe are the strongest regulations in North America. We've taken the time to visit, to understand the industry. And you know something, it's interesting. Over the last many years in the west of Canada, there have been some 175,000 wells fracked, and there has been not one groundwater contamination. That should be a very strong message to New Brunswickers, that they can have full confidence in the work that can be done here. And you know something, if I look, when I was first elected back in '99, we used to measure our success with Saskatchewan. We can't anymore, because Saskatchewan today has said yes to those opportunities, similar opportunities to what we have. And today, their quality of life is 25% higher than what New Brunswick is. So we're bold on moving forward. We believe that there's tremendous opportunities for our province.
Sir, are you overestimating the job-creating potential here?
Not,
You can see there's not a whole lot of people working here. Once they're drilled, they just sort of sit here.
look, if you look at the studies that have been done, Deloitte and Touche and David Campbell as well, each well, full-time credits creates more than 20 jobs. that's a huge opportunity for each well. But it's not only the well that is here, and you look at the small footprint, okay? It's not only the well that is here and the jobs that are created specifically with Corridor Resource. It's the fact that just down the road, we have a potash mine with more than 400 people working in it, plus many associated jobs with it as well. And that mine would not be operating if there wasn't access to affordable gas. And we need that domestic supply of gas for opportunities like potash in the future, our opportunities with our mills, our opportunities certainly with future sectors like plastics, like fertilizer plants, again, will come because of it. And the other thing to remember right now, in the wintertime in New Brunswick, we have the highest natural gas prices in North America because there's a bottleneck and we don't have access to our own domestic supply of gas. Having that access to gas, that's great news for consumers, for people that heat their homes. It's excellent news for small business, medium-sized business. And if you look at what's going on in places like Pennsylvania, they're bringing manufacturing jobs back to that state. Companies are leaving New York to go to Pennsylvania because of affordable energy prices. That's what this is all about. And you know, this is also about the environment as well. The U.S. today is converting their coal-fired plants to natural gas. They're converting their transportation sector to natural gas. And do you know something? The U.S. Is bringing their greenhouse gas emissions down to 1994 levels. That's a huge message to every New Brunswicker and every Canadian as well. Thanks, everybody.